Hello, everyone. So, today in class, we talked about Hitler's and the Nazi Party's legitimate rise to power, and then how Hitler attained even more power after that. Tomorrow, we will be discussing the German expansion into Eastern Europe, and more specifically, the where and why. In this video, I'll discuss the where, so we have a starting point for tomorrow. But tomorrow, we'll be talking about more about the why. To begin this video, we'll have to look at the Treaty of Versailles. After World War I, the countries that won determined the punishment for Germany. There were economic reparations, but there were also other punishments. Territory was taken away from Germany, and it was forced to demilitarize. But when Hitler attained power, he started to industrialize Germany. This also meant to militarize it. And once you have a military, you need to put it somewhere and use it. So the first thing Hitler did was that he started the sequence of expansion by remilitarizing the Rhineland, which is this green area on the left side of the map. This violated the Treaty of Versailles. After the war, France and Belgium, who share the same borders with Germany, wanted this area to be demilitarized because this is the land that Germany used in World War I to invade France and Belgium. They wanted to make sure that Germany could never have that ability again. It also gave more power to France and Belgium because if Germany began to do anything they didn't like, say on Germany's eastern border, they could easily invade and put a stop to it. But with a German military in the Rhineland, that power was taken away. This was brought up in the League of Nations, but because the League had no real global power, mostly because the United States wasn't a part of it, Hitler was not reprimanded at all. And like a teenager, or maybe even anyone really, he wanted to see what else he could get away with. So Hitler would go on and then annex Austria, the red country on the bottom of the map. This too violated the Treaty of Versailles. The reasoning behind this action was that Hitler wanted to unite all German people, and Austria had a large percentage, or a large population of ethnic Germans. And after World War I, parts of the German Empire and the entire Austrian-Hungarian Empire were dismantled, and other countries were created in their place with the idea that there should be a country for the Poles, a country for the Slavs, and so on. Hitler wanted a country for the Germans, but the Treaty of Versailles stated that there could be no German-Austrian Empire. When Hitler annexed Austria, it was brought up to the League of Nations, but once again, nothing happened. Then, Hitler looked towards an area called the Sudetenland. This is the light purplish white area on the right side of the map here. This area also has a large population of ethnic Germans, around 80 to 90%. So he annexed this part of Czechoslovakia. This was brought up to the League of Nations, and many countries wanted Hitler to stop after this. So Attlee, the Prime Minister of Great Britain, met with Hitler in Munich. They discussed the concerns, and eventually they came to an agreement. They both signed a contract or a treaty, what have you, saying that Hitler will no longer take any more lands, that Hitler was appeased. And this is where you get the term the Munich appeasement. Attlee took this paper back to Great Britain, where there were crowds cheering for him when he arrived, and he stated that he achieved peace within our times. However, Hitler would then go on within the next year to invade the rest of Czechoslovakia and eventually Poland. So, please answer the Google form questions that are below this video. We will review this again tomorrow, more at length at the beginning of class, and we will go further into this idea of German expansion before World War II, and start to answer why Hitler wanted this.